Hello everyone, Cherie here. Today I'm working with this cute little stamp set from Kellie Stamps called Homegrown. And this is just perfect for all of those photos you've got from your garden, your veggie garden or even your house plants. But I'm using these 3 photos from our little greenhouse garden in our backyard. Late last year, Madison decided she wanted to have a go at growing her own vegetables. And so far we've enjoyed some little tomatoes and some strawberries and some herbs as well. We have lost a few things, but that's all part of the learning process. And it's been really fun for her to be able to pick her own little things off her garden to eat. So I'm just positioning these onto the background now. I've already got that yellow striped paper adhered down the side of the page, and the little cork ampersand is from the Crepe Paper Good Vibes collection. I've also got a couple of other die cuts to use from the same collection, that little one down the side there, and I've got another one to pop up in that top corner. So I'll stick those down and be back in a moment. And there we go. I've also added a large tag to the top left corner there. The ampersand isn't stuck down though, because I've decided to do a bit of stamping onto that. I'm using the Grow stamp, and I'm going to stamp directly onto that cork. I'll do a little test stamp first onto some paper, and then I'll test it on the very back of that ampersand to make sure it's going to look okay. And on it goes. Now I want this to say grow, grow, grow. So what I'm going to do is mask off half of the stamp on this second time that I stamp it down. So you can see there, only half of that stamp will go onto there, and it ends up turning out pretty well. Quite happy with that. So that can now be adhered into that little center spot on the page. I'm just using my tape runner on the back of that, and that sticks it down nicely. Alright, so next up I've got a little sticker from the Good Vibes sticker sheet, and I'll just put a little foam dot behind that one to sit it up off the page a little bit. So that one's going just there. And now I'm going to do a little bit more stamping. So first up I'm going to use the Homegrown stamp. It's, I think, one of my favourite stamps in this set, and it's actually the perfect size to go down the side of that bottom photo. So that's where I'm going to put it. Now I do offset it a little bit. In hindsight I wished I had centered it a little bit more, but it still looks okay, so I'm happy with how that is. Next up I've got another stamp that says Veggie Patch, Veggie Patch. So that's perfect to go down the very bottom of that bottom photo. So I'll just do another little test and give you a look at that. And I do apologise, it's actually out of camera shot where I'm stamping this right now. I obviously wasn't looking at my camera when I was doing this, but you will see some close-up photos a little later and you'll see how that looks. Okay, so next up I've got one for the top of the page, and this one says Herbs, Herbs. So that's the perfect stamp for that top photo. It's a little pot of herbs there. So on that one goes. And then the next stamp I'm using says My Garden. So I'm going to put that one down the side of that photo of Madison in front of her greenhouse. So that's perfect just there. Quite like that one. And the next stamp I'm using is that circular design, and I love this one. It says Good for the Soul. So I'm going to just tuck that into that little corner there next to the die cut, and that one stamps really nicely as well. Okay, so also in this stamp set there's a variety of little leaf shapes, which I think is so cute. This one I'm going to stamp directly onto that die cut, and I will add the other ones around the page next to where I've stamped earlier. So just changing it up a little using one of the other little designs. And I'm stamping this one down the bottom, and again I'm so sorry that it's out of shot, but you will see that at the end in my photos. So picking another little leaf now, and just deciding where to put that one. I do put it next to my garden, and a little later I do come back and add one up the top next to where it says herbs as well. First though, I've decided to add another floral sticker, also from the Good Vibes sticker sheet, and I'm putting some foam dots on the back of this one to raise it up a little, add a little bit more dimension, and I love that it also adds another pop of colour to this section of the page. Okay, so I'll stick that one down, and yep, this is where I decide I do need another little leaf stamp at the top there, so just grabbing another little leaf, and I'll add that stamp at the top. It's so cute, these little leaves. You could use these leaves for so many things. So cute. Alright, so now I need to add my journaling strips. Now I've got some really long strips today. Now I used my Word program and changed the orientation of the page to landscape, which allowed me to get these nice long strips, which I thought would be perfect on this blank side of the page, just to add a little bit of interest there. So I'm going to put them along that outer edge. So I'll add some really thin double-sided tape to the back of those, and then they can be stuck down. So on they go. And then all I need to do after that is to add my date stamp. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I've used the homegrown stamp set. I'll pop a link down below to Kellie Stamps online. They're available for pre-order now, but you can also get them in digital form as well, which would be rather fun. Let me know if you've got any questions at all, and I'll leave you with some close-up photos at the end. So I'll be back again soon with more to share. Bye for now.